another game after losing Belmont Abbey and just get as many opportunities on the court as possible?
Well, I mean, I think it's going to be an ongoing process the whole year, as we've seen. I mean, you look at the number of games that have already been canceled. We were fortunate because Wesleyan had played Coastal Carolina, was in the same testing protocol that we required, so that allowed us to play the game. And I do think the guys are excited. I mean, we expected to play on Saturday, weren't able to play on Saturday, but to be able to bounce back and find a game this quickly, which I think is going to happen all year. I mean, you might on a Wednesday get a call. Do you have a Thursday open and play on a Thursday? I think that could happen all year, as you've seen in football as well.
Hey, Coach, when we look back to the Charlotte game real quick, I mean, every player that you played as a returner, Luigi played at least a little bit last year, but every guy was not a newcomer. I mean, does that show obviously to the experience and kind of the comfort factor you have there? And then kind of second part, what about Noah Farrakhan? I know he made the trip, I think, and is the next game a chance to play some freshmen or any newcomers that didn't play in the first one?
I think with Noah, I mean, we're trying to get a comfort level with him. I think he's going to be a really good player. I mean, he does a lot of really good things. He's got, in a game like that where it's it's not going to be very many possessions. He's got to be able to do a few more things than he's able to do defensively. That's one of those games where if it's a 4-point swing or a 5-point swing, you might never recover because it's a very short possession game. He's going to be a good player. I'm excited about him. I do hope to be able to get some of these guys some minutes. I mean, this is where, like everybody else, everybody's in the same boat that we're in. There was no exhibition games, so you're trying to feel your way through. So I think that one of the things the exhibition games do is they give the guys a feel for how much faster the game is, which they didn't get that opportunity. I think we were a little winded, but I thought they did a good job of fighting back, and we're also fortunate enough to play 9 guys. So I think that a little bit of our depth does help.
Coach Batumba and Tyree the other day off the bench, can you just talk about how much of an impact they made, and if they played that well a year, how much of a difference that'll make?
Oh, it'll make a huge difference. I mean, I think those guys are much more confident, especially Batumba. I think Pig is healthy. I think he's feeling good. I think that those guys will do it. They're mature, they're experienced, they're tough. I thought Batumba did a lot of really good things defensively. He's very active, had a number of deflections. We'll be able to play him a little bit more over the floor. When they went small, we were able to insert Batumba, and he played well. I thought Pig was terrific defensively. I thought that he and Tremont were definitely the best 2 defenders we have in the perimeter.
And Tremont as well. I mean, he had 5 assists, no turnovers. I know he didn't score, but is that kind of what you guys are hoping for out of him?
I thought he played a very good floor game. I also thought that he was very efficient. I thought he was very good defensively. I thought he did a nice job on Young. Their guards, Matos and Shepard, got off to good starts, but I thought that Trey and Pig did a good job of slowing those guys down a little bit and also wearing them down a little bit. We were able to play Tristan and, JJ and Brandon, but we were also able to play, we played 5 perimeter guys who played double-figure minutes. So that was good to see some depth also.
Joe, when you say your team is practicing twice yesterday, twice today, what is those practice sessions looking like from a day-by-day basis?
To tell you the truth, what we usually do in the mornings, we do a lot of skill individual work, a lot of shooting, and go through our offensive, stuff that we're going to run. So that'll be about a 45, 50-minute situation. What we'll do is we'll work on some late game situations where we're sort of dummying it, making sure that if there's a short clock and you need a 3-point shot on the side out of bounds, what we're running, short clock, 2 points, those type of a lot of skill work in the morning. Then we come back usually later in the afternoon and go live. I mean, we don't have to do any offensive stuff. We don't do any dummy stuff. We do some shooting, but not as much as we would. We just go live for about an hour and 45 minutes.
What was it like, you think, of starting the game? Kind of like you said earlier. I mean, it's not like your first game was a lopsided in either direction, but to play a pretty close game with kind of clutch, tense moments in the second half. I mean, what can that do for this team, you think, to start that way?
I think it's got, we've got to just continue to build on a little momentum that we gained on Saturday. I mean, I think we could have won that game, pulled away a little further if we'd made some, a little better decisions on a couple of plays. I thought the guys did a nice job of executing some things. We got long possessions. We had a couple of defensive breakdowns that we didn't need. We got lifted on a shot fake. We fouled a couple of times we shouldn't have fouled, but I think it's going to be an ongoing process all year. I mean, guys, just getting a feel for each other. It's going to be different situations every day, as we've already seen. So I do think the guys responded pretty well, especially on the road and in very unique circumstances.
Joe, typically a home opener, you have a lively crowd. What do you expect tomorrow to be like?
Sort of like Charlotte, but it's in Greenville. I mean, it was a weird deal. I mean, I felt like a hockey coach. They had all the plexiglass glass up around. I thought I was in the penalty box for about the first 4 minutes of the game. But, I think we've got to create our own. Now, I got to give our guys credit on Saturday. The bench was great. Our guys were unbelievable, very energetic, very supportive of the teammates. And I think it seems like that. It'll have to be like that all year. Now, it is different. As you know, there aren't fans in North Carolina. There will be fans, provided that it stays away at some of the places we go to play during the year. I mean, some of the other states allow fans. So I think at home, until we're going to have to create our own enthusiasm. It's an opportunity to play, and we're fortunate to be able to play. So let's be excited and let's go do it.
Coach, this might be a better question for the marketing staff, but do you know if there will be any like fake crowd noise or music played, kind of like in the NBA bubble, what they did?
That I don't know. It's just weird, how spread out the benches are. You go to talk to somebody, you got to walk a half a mile down the bench to grab somebody or talk to your assistant. So I don't know. The atmosphere at Charlotte, they did a nice job. I mean, they did their fight song and all those type of things. I know that our marketing people have something. I'm sure.
Anything else for Coach, guys? Okay. All right. Thanks, Coach. And
see you guys. See you guys
on here. Thanks, Coach. Jayden, you ready? Unmute yourself.
Hello.
There you are. All right, guys. We'll take questions for Jayden now.
Jayden, let's go back to the Charlotte game first. Just what did it mean to you guys to open the season with a road victory?
I mean, it was big. To go first game and go out there and execute like we did and win. It was very weird first game, but we were able to fight through adversity at times, being down early, but we came back, fought back, and were resilient, and we improved a lot during that game.
It seems like Jayden, Pig Jackson, kind of some other guys, even some guys off the bench, Baruti, just seemed a lot more comfortable and kind of stepped up. I mean, does that speak, do you think, to the comfort level y'all kind of have with each other now, obviously compared to maybe the beginning few games of last season?
Yeah, I think the comfort level is more like easier. Like, compared to last year, you could technically call everybody on here a sophomore besides myself, because it's their only second year in the program, getting used to everything, getting used to each other, getting used to the field. So I think everyone knew what to expect, like a game day routine with ECU and everything, just coming out and just adjusting and playing their game. And I think we saw everyone play their game, everyone that played on Thursday.
Jayden, tomorrow night will be a unique atmosphere for a home opener in a college basketball environment. How do you and your teammates plan on creating that energy that you aren't going to get from the fans?
Just stay positive. I think we did a good job of creating energy in Charlotte with the bench. Everyone just rooting for each other, calling out what the team's running, and just staying positive through it all. I think that's what is going to help all the teams around the country. Just staying positive and being excited just to have the opportunity to play basketball this season.
Jayden, going into a game like this, I mean, is it more about focusing on what you guys do? I know you studied the opponent, but is this a game where you just worry about more executing on your end, what you guys do?
Yes. We have to basically stay true to our principles. We stay true to our principles and guard them like how we know how to guard people and execute on offense. And that's all we're worried about this game, just X's and O's this game.
Anything else for Jayden, guys? Okay. Thanks, JG. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
And guys, I'll send you an email this afternoon with some details about picking up your credentials and where you can get those tomorrow.
That's fantastic. Looking forward to that email.
And to answer Igo's question, they are trying to going to pipe in some crowd noise tomorrow. So that's in the works anyway.
Cool.
Anything else, guys?
We're good. Thanks,
right.
Joe.
See you guys tomorrow.